When we
Well, if I come up that way, I walk on the second land and then it breaks it, you see, and then just come up the 2 points. Then we can do it. Or put a pill under my tongue.
Could you? We've arranged everything. Could you sit there for us? Cheers.
It's rolling.
She's still alive?
No. You were telling us
down Brown World.
These were the photos that I got, and
John said we came into shot and we moved forward.
well, you're just going to have to tap him on the shoulder and get out of the way. Just.
That would be along by where Silver Eels.
Claire Kelly's, yeah. Claire Kelly's,
Silver
yeah.
Eels.
I wondered what you remembered of, before you actually moved up here, when you were down.
Well, you lived in the Grove, didn't you? We lived in Gerrard Street.
I remember Christian Street very well.
The Adelphi, they used to call it it was called the Adelphi Picture House. We used to call it the Deli.
Yeah.
We used to take jam bushes and a bottle of lemonade there on a
Saturday.
Saturday.
You'd get a bag of apples and a bag of pears.
Yeah.
But this particular house here, she was an old. She used to sell fish.
Fish, yeah.
And when the 12th of July, about a week before, she'd have the bricks piled up outside her house.
And the fish.
And everyone that went along the Orange Lodge got battered.
She used to get dragged along to Rosehill Police Station, but her eels used to get dragged along the front.
They used to call her Silver Eels.
Stupid
I
character.
recognise that.
Yeah. I wonder who that is there, you see that?
No, I don't know.
I mean, there's a picture here of a court which said it was around that area. I mean, I wondered, is that what
No,
the house?
that's not.
It isn't.
Oh, is it the court by the Quakers? No. No, it isn't, is it, Sarah? No, that went up another thing in that way, didn't it? It's not Hunter Grove, is it?
I wondered what the houses were like down there.
Could it have been further past the Quakers? You know that. Bear in mind, they're very much like the houses we lived in.
Yeah, because yours was the first house and the toilet was there, wasn't it? Remember the 2 toilets together and they were whitewashed?
No, the toilets were that way.
Yeah, and your house comes
We had
down
a side window.
Yeah.
And the toilets were there.
No, that's not your course.
No,
is
it's
it?
not ours. No. Because I don't remember that in the middle.
No.
But do you remember the Rowans?
Yeah, I'm talking about the court by the
didn't
Quakers.
you went up a side entrance?
Yeah.
And
And
it
the
was
Carlins
square.
lived there, didn't
Yeah,
they?
it
The
could have been
Rowans,
there.
the Shields, didn't they?
No, the Shields lived where I lived in Hunter Grove.
Did they?
Yeah.
Hello?
Carlins lived in a
Carlins.
house in Hunter Street.
Well, who was it what belonged to the Carlins that lived up that court? One of them did.
I don't know.
And Mrs. Lawler did. Did Mrs. Lawler live there? Who lived on your second landing?
I just forget now.
Yeah, the Lawlers lived up that court.
Is that the photo? It's got a water pump.
That's right, yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
But I can't bring it to mind at the moment.
But what were the houses
But
like?
they're new
down
windows there, aren't they?
What were the houses
like
like?
the
Oh
windows.
God, what were they like? Well, the house I lived in, it had 2 bedrooms, and it had a back kitchen, was like a chamber of horrors, because there was no light in it. We only had gas in those days, and you just had to have candles. There was nothing in it, only an old boiler. But
And your back door
and we had a
looked
back
onto Wales Street,
door
didn't it?
what led onto Wales Street by.
Shall I shut this door, or do you think it's getting a bit
It-
drowned? Would you mind just trying to shut that? What was your house like?
Well, the house we lived in, there was about 5 families in it. But my mother come from Lionel Street originally there. My granddad had the house in Lionel Street, didn't he? The top of
Yes.
Lionel Street. But then we went, all the houses were let off into rooms then, weren't they, Sarah?
Yes.
There's about 5 families in the house we were in. But it was like one big family.
Oh yes, there was quite a lot of them
Yeah.
let off.
Oh,
All
yeah.
Hunter Street
Street,
was
yeah.
let off.
And most
Yeah.
parts of Gerrard Street, wasn't there? A lot of the Italians lived there,
Yeah.
didn't they? in
Yeah,
Gerrard
it was a
Street?
great Italian
Little Italy
neighbourhood
it
in those
was.
days.
My granddad had the barrel organ. And used to go in Camilla's stable, didn't they?
Yeah, and Dunfermline had
Dunfermline.
barrel organs.
Yeah.
Dunfermline the boxer.
Yeah,
They had
the-
barrel organs in
Yeah.
their stadium.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the Italian presence down there.
Yeah.
Oh, they were all nice people,
Yeah.
weren't they? Very nice people.
Didn't you see Peace in the Echo last year about a woman who's left Bella Daniels? Did you see it? I've got the cutting somewhere, you
Yeah.
know. She doesn't live here now, she lives down London way, doesn't she?
She lives in...
I know it's somewhere.
just
She married
before
this chap
London.
and she left, you know. But she wrote in, she said, what's happening to Liverpool, especially Gerrard Street and Lionel Street. And she mentioned all the Italian names. She said, what wonderful times.
Yeah, certain time of the year they used to have the big
Possession, yeah.
parties and
yeah.
processions.
Yeah.
It was marvellous.
And at the weddings, used to throw away sugared almonds.
Sugared almonds.
Yeah, the Italian weddings.
We'd be on the floor more than we'd be standing
Yeah.
up.
And they'd have them in the street, not in the house. And everybody was invited, weren't they? So,
Yeah, it was marvellous.
yeah. It's a lovely community. Well, everyone broke the heart when they had to leave there. And now
Yeah.
they're doing the same here, which isn't right.
No.
And some of the good neighbours have gone, haven't they, Sarah? Yeah.
Yep.
They got frightened, you see, they panicked.
Thought they'd be left
Yeah.
behind.
Just sad, but we're sticking it out now.
Who owned those houses down there?
Well, they were
Different landlords.
Different landlords, you know, the way they were then. Mrs. Boney used to
I've got
rent
the
it
name
from-
on the tip of my tongue of one. He used to live in Soho Street. He used to have his offices in
Oh,
Soho Street.
yes, next to the butchers.
Yeah, I can't think of the
his name, no. No, can't think of
But
his
you
name.
never got a repair or anything like that.
Don't. No, they just fell right. But it was a nice community.
Just a little brick
Yeah.
thing.
None of the front doors were ever closed, were they, Sarah?
Oh no, you never get.
You play a lock and you go right through one lobby, out the back, and then through another one, that way, you know. It was good,
Never
yeah.
locked your door.
Oh, I don't know, Sarah. Very rare I put my bolt on now.
My belt won't meet, so I can't put mine on.
No.
Oh no, I do.
I feel safe round here.
I have a hoover and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Sarah's
Because I'm on the landing on my own, you see, there's
she's
nobody
the
else
only
there.
one house.
But you were saying that, like, a lot of things happened in the street, you know, like parties and things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They used to play, it was housey in them
Yeah.
days. I don't know whether the
Mrs. Laffey used to run it in
I
line
don't
on the
know whether
street,
the
yeah.
night stayed lighter.
They seem to.
But
Yeah.
it was on to 11 and 12 o'clock at night.
Well, the kids and all.
Even our mothers and fathers would be lying in the streets while we played jump over back and
Yeah.
oh, nothing
Crickets,
like that
everything.
now. It was just
sad.
marvellous, and
Yeah.
we had nothing, but we were happy.
Yeah. Well, I think there's more bickering now with people, isn't there, than then?
Jealousy and everything
Yeah.
else now.
But
It
then
wasn't like that. in
No
them
one had
days.
nothing, but they helped one another.
Oh, definitely.
Especially if you were sick. We had a
Yeah.
baby. They'd all be running in with bits, you know.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, it was great. I mean, say I was only 6 when I left there, but I remember a lot about it. I remember more about then than what I do now.
Yeah.
Say a fortnight ago, I remember more about Gerrard Street than what I do around here. Mm.
Do you actually remember moving up?
Oh yeah, on an Ancars. Didn't
Yeah,
have finish
it
of
was the,
lorries then, you know.
No lorry, just a line
Had
of
to make about
anchors.
2 or 3 trips on an Ancars. Then we went berserk with the electric light because we
I
had
thought
the
it was
bath one.
wonderful.
I was like a prune, always getting a bath. We weren't used to a big bath. Because you used to have a tin bath then in front of the fire. But then when we come up here, that was it, and it was great. It was like going into a palace. Was.
Definitely.
Yeah. Because it was dark lobbies then
Totally
and just
wonderful.
oil lamps, you know, lighting them up.
Gas.
Sometimes if you went downstairs to the
Candles.
toilet, candles. It was like heaven when we come up here, wasn't it?
Oh,
Sarah? It was
definitely.
great. And it was all, the whole neighbourhood moved up together, didn't they?
What
Everyone.
about when the war
Yeah.
was on? Everybody would be down them shelters.
See, you know the block there?
Comedians, the lot.
That was a full shelter, the full length of that square, you know.
Yeah,
Right underneath all concrete bunks and everything, and it was to sleep in, wasn't it?
yeah.
But I used to go into the cathedral one. I was there the night I got bombed and all. Mm.
Yeah, you'd be out
Yeah.
all night some
Yeah.
nights. People bring all kinds, bread puddings, spare ribs and cabbage. It was a home from home.
Yeah. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, but as I say, nothing like that now.
Sarah, you remember moving up as well?
Oh,
Oh,
yes. And cards.
Yeah, that's what it
And what
was.
is that?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And what? So when you came to these new flats, I mean, what was the
Something there.
attitude? What did you think?
Oh, we thought they were wonderful. It was like Buckingham Palace.
No, that's only the thing on there, isn't it?
It's you burning it.
Have you?
Stop it in a minute.
No, no, it's just that I moved.
No, you're saying about you know what people thought when they came to the new flats?
Oh, Marv, it was just like moving into Buckingham Palace.
Right.
We've never seen anything like them before. As I say, in our own homes where we came from, we had nothing. Drab. There was rats, mice, cockroaches, there was everything in them, wasn't
Yeah.
there? So, I mean, these were absolutely marvellous.
And they were actually in good nick, weren't they, when you moved up?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Lovely and bright. Not even the stairs was a problem in them days,
Yeah, they were
was it?
just old brick. We didn't have the walls painted when we first came up here, you know. The corporation done that when they modernised, didn't they? When people started painting the walls.
Mm.
But everywhere used to just be red brick. They were nice
The
then.
outside,
Yeah.
you know.
They were lovely, the outsides there. Mm.
The outsides of the houses
Houses
were
on the
painted
lanterns,
when
you know.
we moved in.
They were just all red brick.
Then people started painting them themselves.
They
and
spoke them though,
the
really.
corporation,
didn't they?
oh yes. Especially when you
We
get
used
all
to just
these
swing them
horrible
down with the
colours.
hose pipe. And then everybody said, they used to call it Rainbow Alley.
Yeah.
That many colours.
That block along there was called Sleepy Valley,
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
were Sleepy Valley.
Oh, I thought that was that
no,
little block.
No, this block was called
Sleepy Valley. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Thousands of kids lived here. Yeah, it was
Why
good.
was it called Sleepy Valley?
Well, if nice, it was quiet, wasn't it, Sarah?
Oh yeah.
10 o'clock, you know, you'd hear them all coming up from the pub, and all the singing at stars. We used to have one couple, Mr. and Mrs. Ward, brilliant. She used to sing, and he used to sing seconds. What would you like, Sarah, singing? Brilliant, honestly. And it, like flies coming out in the summer, everybody just come out on the landing to listen to them. Yeah, they were brilliant. And Nellie Mulcahy singing.
Oh, yeah.
Then she'd start it. Oh, it was brilliant. Great. The kids are playing in the block. The landing would be full, everybody watching. Especially if there was a fight. It used to be a bit like a big arena. Watching.
These only went down the nick when the bad elements started coming in from
Yeah.
outside with the
You know, when people died and the flats got empty, and then
young
strangers
ones
come
would
in.
take
yeah.
over, and then
Yeah.
the drugs started, and
Yeah. Oh, it was bad then when the drugs were.
terrible.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
But we fought it, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Anyway to do it.
We got one fella turfed out at the top.
Yeah.
London over there. He had all the kids in his house, smoking it.
But it's nice now, though, isn't it? It's nice and quiet. It's,
Oh,
it's the old neighbours
lovely
now.
and quiet now.
Well, you were saying about the war, and I mean, where this is located being quite near, you know,
Well,
the
this
centre.
block was bombed. 2 bombs, the end at the bottom, and right in the middle of 19D. Went right down to the second land and the bomb exploded there. The scars are still through the house, through the landings where the bomb went. Yeah, 2 bombs in the block, wasn't there, that's all. And then round mine, there was them landmines over the Great Orford Street, wasn't that?
Yeah.
All them families were killed, weren't they?
And
Pickford.
where the police station was,
Well,
what
yeah,
was
Warren
Warren
Street.
Street?
Yeah,
The
a lot of
landmine
people
hit that,
killed
all
there.
people
But
were
we were
killed
very
there.
lucky, weren't we,
Yeah,
Sarah?
they came all
Yeah.
around us, but
Yeah. Just them
Very
2
lucky.
that we had.
because we had a big Jewish population then,
Around
didn't
the
we?
world, that was little Jerusalem, you say?
Yeah.
Mm.
And they were all
Yeah.
nice people, weren't
Yeah.
they? Lovely people.
They were a bit scared when we first came up because the Abattoir used to be here then, you see. And they were a bit scared, weren't they?
Yeah.
So they didn't know what was coming up. And then we used to do little jobs for them on a Saturday, you know, when they couldn't light the fire or put the lights on. You'd get a shilling off them for doing
Yeah.
it, you know. They were nice though, weren't they, Sarah?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, nice. And then they,
Nearly all them shops in Brownlow were Jews,
yeah.
weren't they?
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
And Chinese, we had Chinese laundry. Then the Coopers was there, wasn't they? Used to make the barrels.
Yeah.
That was smashing. You could rent a bike and everything there down
Oh,
the
you
street.
could do anything.
Mm.
So you were kids at this time?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
you came up 1933.
1933.
You came up 1934. Yeah. So that's 56 years for Sarah and 55 for us. It's a long time. And then they want to turf you out somewhere. Yeah. So we'll just have to
Yeah.
wait and see, but we're not going.
No, definitely not. They can pull them down around me. I'm on my own now.
Yeah. Certainly not moving out, keeping away.
What was it like being kids?
Brilliant.
Oh, lovely.
Brilliant. I wish the children now could have the childhood we had.
Yeah.
Because it was great. You made your own entertainment now. They don't know how to play now, the kids. I don't think so.
No.
They're all right, they've got a computer now. Elliot next door, they get bored. But we were never
Yeah.
bored. I never used to have any skin on my hand playing jacks and ollies. You know, and then
And
we'd
cherry
play,
bobs up the spout.
play skip and rope, rounders. Even the mothers and fathers used to join in
Yeah.
with us, didn't they, Sarah, in the
Yeah,
block?
yeah.
It's great.
True that.
And then someone would get a wireless out and dance on the block. It was, you know,
I mean, we had no televisions or anything
we had
like
nothing,
that
but
then.
it was nice.
It was happier days than what it is
Yeah.
now.
But we had a nice childhood, didn't we, Sarah, around
Yes.
there? It was brilliant.
We were saying about, street life down in Christian Street and everything.
Chelsea.
Was it sort of brought up here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same songs and everything that we used to play, yeah. It was great. Well, we all moved up together, you say. Everybody knew everybody.
Yes.
And in the Bullring, there were two sides of the Bullring, there was sets of swings, all seats round, tree. It was lovely, wasn't it, Sarah?
Yeah.
We had a garden at the end of the block. You had 3 gardens in your block,
Yes,
didn't you?
yeah. Well, they all got moved, you see, for the air
When
raid
they-
shelters.
They took all the railings away, during the war, and then they more or less demolished the gardens and took them away. But the Bullring used to be lovely, didn't it, Sarah? With them swings and everything.
Yes, smashing.
It was. And even along this street there, it was all tree lined, both sides.
Yeah.
It's really lovely.
What sort of jobs did people who lived around here have?
Well, at 5 o'clock, you'd see all the men coming up in droves. The jocks, where did Uncle Johnny and them work? Grayson's shipyards. There, Grayson's shipyards, and a lot of them worked in Plessy, in the automatic it was then. The Lang Pen,
I worked in the Lang
You
Pen.
worked in the Lang Pen.
My dad
yeah.
worked at the
I worked
license
in the
porter at
library
the
during
landing
war.
stage.
Yeah. Yeah,
Plenty of work in them days,
yeah,
wasn't there?
everybody was working then. Because you could, you'd see them all going out of the morning, they'd all be shouting good morning, and they'd all be coming in more or less the same time of a night.
Granted, we got
Yeah.
paid buttons, but we were happy.
Yeah.
There's no happiness now. No, because no matter how much money you get, it doesn't go anywhere. But in those days, gosh, you were well off if you had sixpence in your pocket, weren't you? When I first started work, I got 2 shillings a week. Thought that was wonderful. Gave me my 1 and 6.
Oh, I got
And I
five
kept the
and
sixpence.
7 8 in the library, my first 2 experiences.
Yeah.
That was in 1942.
You could do wonders with that,
Yeah.
couldn't you, in those days? But
What
no.
difference did it make to the way people lived, helping each other?
Well, if you thought anyone was short, or they'd come and ask you for something, you'd share what you had. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you wouldn't refuse any, but the only thing you refused at the door was salt. Never
It was
lent anyone
unlucky.
any, it was unlucky. Give them anything, and if you say you lent them a shovel of coal or something, oh, bit of slack, you'd never take that back either.
Give a loaf and not charge for it.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
used to say
That was bad
unlucky.
luck, yeah. But never give salt out.
No.
No. It was just old fashioned really, but it's just what you were brought up to. But I still don't. Rita come in the other day for salt, I chased her. There's no chance. Get down to the bomb for some. No, I wouldn't give it. No. It wouldn't feel right, would you, Sarah?
No.
No, definitely.
Were there any other sort of superstitions like that?
Oh, New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Oh yes, have a piece of
don't-
coal
Yeah.
in your hand.
And you didn't empty anything out until the next day.
Day.
Oh no, you didn't empty anything on New Year's
Year's
Day.
Day.
You had to
Yeah.
save it for the next
Next
day
day,
to
yeah.
throw it away.
And all the front doors used to be open.
Yeah.
You'd go.
Let the new
You
year
go all
through.
along. You get a drink in each one. You'd be full.
True that.
That's the truth. That all the doors
Yeah.
used to be open. There'd be doors going on all
Call
night.
anybody
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. So you used to have your table laid, didn't you? Those days. You start laying your table about 11 o'clock. It's before 12. You have your table
I still do,
laid.
and
I
just
do
go to
and
bed
all.
and leave it.
I always babysit with Elliot, you see, and I still do the table. It's only me and
Yeah.
him. He goes outside to let the new
Yeah.
year.
Those they have a full table and
Yeah, you'd always have it, you see. It's just soft little things.
can't
What you
remember
brought
half
up
of them.
to.
Can you sort of forget when you're
Yeah.
asked on an impulse, don't you?
What really stays at me, when you have a baby, well, you can't go out until you're churched.
Oh yes,
You couldn't go out, you couldn't pick a knife up
that was a sin.
until you had your blessing in church. It was just little soft things, like that. But I still believe in it.
You have to keep to it.
You've got to keep to them things that you were taught about, don't you?
You're saying that the work that people had, they didn't get paid much. I mean, was there much hardship?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
You
yes.
see some of them run to the pawn shop on a Monday.
Oh,
But they'd have to get it out for Thursday in case the husband would go into the stadium on the Thursday night to get the suits out and the shoes.
oh,
See
some of them would
dashing
have
up.
gone themselves, wouldn't
Yeah.
they?
But it was, there was no malice, you know, there was,
No.
I don't know. And if you thought they were short, say anybody was really short, somebody'd make a bundle of bedclothes, good bedclothes, and lend it to them to go and pawn to put them over. Little things like that were done, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody would do that now. I suppose we'd still, I mean, say if I thought if I helped anyone, I do.
There used to be,
But,
do you remember that church down the bottom of Gerrard Street, just round
Oh,
the
yeah.
corner? They used to call it Cobble.
Oh, cobble, yeah.
For poor children, you could go there and get a cob and a bowl of peas soup.
Soup, yeah.
You know, any children, there was
Yeah.
no way.
You know, Annie was standing in that queue one day, my mum
Oh,
passed
we
me
were
the
in-
drugs out.
Yeah. And there used to be Lee Jones's as well.
Yeah.
That was another
Yeah.
good place where they used to have lovely parties.
But they still
so-
have that Lee Jones's,
Yeah.
don't they? You know,
You never heard of it? It was a marvellous thing.
Flankham Lane, League of Well-Doers. Well, that was Lee Jones started that off,
Yeah.
and it's still going though. They still do good work. Yeah.
Parties, you know,
Yeah.
for underprivileged children, that anybody could go.
But really,
Wonderful.
I don't think there's many underprivileged children now. I don't, honestly. Do you, Sarah?
Not really.
No, I don't, honestly. I know it's hard. I mean, I find it hard myself. We're pensioners. But, I mean, say, you couldn't go in to buy anything now, could you? Say, I couldn't afford.
Prices.
What I've got, I've had years.
Yeah.
You just got to look after them. But, you know, there's still hardship, but you can get by. Because years ago, there was hardly anything, was there? You never got a UTP sheet years ago, did you?
No, but I say you
Yeah.
were happy just the same.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
totally different environment
Yeah.
in them days.
I think so and all over.
Yes.
People were different. See, it's the young ones now. I don't know. See, they've had too much and all, and they still want us. But you see, we didn't have nothing when we were young. And what we get, we appreciate. But they don't, them young ones.
No.
I don't think so.
Don't have Miss Silvers now, don't
Oh,
you?
You
yeah.
said that.
And Rawlinsons and all. So,
No. Now, you were saying just before about some of the shops that used to be down Brownlow Hill. I mean, you
Oh,
said
there was everything. You didn't have to go to town.
Greenberg's.
There was
the
Doherty's, the furniture shop.
Yeah, there was everything.
There was
Taylor's.
little Minnie Mouse next
Yeah,
door.
Minnie Cohen.
Minnie Cohen.
Wilson's Laundry.
And then there was a meat shop, and then a big pub on the corner.
Yeah, Charlie Matthews.
Then you crossed over, and that was Silver's.
Lundy's on the corner.
Lundy's on the corner, yeah. Then Silver's.
Yeah.
Then Yaffe's.
Yeah, the Jewish chippy. Yeah.
Fish and chips. Oh, you've
Yeah.
never said anything. You've
Everything was done in oil.
Beautiful.
Sarah, you were saying about you were telling the story about the shop in the paraffin oil.
Oh, Stale Annie. It was two sisters at it, and they used to sell everything: sugar, tea, corned beef. You'd go in there for a quarter corned beef for
But
tuppence,
she takes
wouldn't you?
down the money first.
Oh yes, and the light she had was just like a candle. But the shop, she used to sell paraffin oil, and the shop stunk of paraffin oil, food and everything. But we still had it.
Paddy's
Oh,
Bookshop
funny.
used to be the bottom, didn't it, by Reese's?
Yeah.
Greenberg's, the Cobblers.
And there was a big bookshop.
Yeah.
That was
That was
just
Paddy's.
Parry's was
Yeah,
that.
the one that's up by the university
Mm.
now. That was Paddy's
Yeah.
Bookshop.
Florrie,
Yeah.
you were saying about a lot of the Jewish people owning shops.
Yeah. There was Jessie's, Janie's, Canty Rowett's.
Yeah.
User's pawn shop was there over there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was, who else was there now?
I can't
Minnie
think of the
Cohen's,
names.
yeah. Minnie's, Lily Cradman's.
Benny's, the hairdressers.
Benny's, yeah. Lily Cradman's.
Yeah.
And how did you get on with the Jewish people?
Oh,
Fabulous.
marvellous.
Yeah.
Tarsky's, the few
Yeah.
fruits.
Yeah, Tarski and Lansky's.
Yeah.
Segs as we had and all. They were all mixed. It was lovely. And two Chinese laundries we had. Yeah. They were great, weren't they, Sue?
Yeah.
And who else? There was Gordon's, yeah.
Sykes's.
Who else? Yeah, said Sykes's. Janelli's chippy. Valerio's chippy.
Yeah.
So there were quite a few Italian people who came in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
came up from
They
down
all
there.
came up from the old neighbourhood.
Yeah, open shops down there, but they had one on Christian Street. You know the Union is now in Christian Street. That used to be Janelli's chippy there.
Yeah.
I worked there from when I was 9, putting the potatoes in the machine.
Yeah.
They come out peeled, or they'd stand and take the eyes out the potatoes then. I done that from when I was 9. Ended up on the counter then though, got promoted when I was 14. Yeah.
You know, further down Scotland Road and stuff, there used to be trouble between Catholics and Protestants.
Not in Scotland Road itself. No, they tried to get up Scotland Road, the lodge.
Yeah.
They did manage it one time, but they got thrown down again. They had the mounted police on. They tried to come along Christian Street one time, didn't they?
Yeah.
But all the men stood there. Arthur Gallagher, Uncle Johnny Saboulay and all of them. And they took their belts off and had their belts ready for them. They couldn't get past Fraser Street, Camden Street.
But round here there were mainly Catholics, were there?
Yeah, and Church
Both.
of England, yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah's Church of
I'm
England.
Church of England, and
yeah.
I've never had a row with
Never.
anybody round here.
Only one man came, didn't he? When the day the cathedral opened.
Oh, yes.
In the top landing there. And now he'd done. He put all the orange flags out, and people had come from everywhere.
Yeah.
He'd putting orange lilies out and everything out
I
the
think he
window.
must have been a school.
But he had to get police protection. And you know what they had to do? He had to be rehoused the next day. Because there was crowds on the bottom of
Yeah.
the stairs, wasn't it? It was a silly thing to do on a day like that, the day the cathedral was open. It was bad of him to do. Unless he'd been planted there, no one knows, because he wasn't there long.
But otherwise, that round here there wasn't.
No trouble at
Oh,
all.
no.
None at all. Only when some of the stupid people go down and look at them when they're coming up
Yes.
London Road. And quite a few of them had been locked up, which was their own fault. Because if you don't go and, I mean, say, people have their day, don't they? Fair enough, that's their day, let them have it. I was supposed to be married on the 12th of July, but Canon Doyle said, Florrie, you can't. So I got married on the 13th. But I was going to Southport, you see, well, it wouldn't, I couldn't go because all the lodge were there that day, so everywhere was booked up.
Yeah.
So we went the next day when we got married.
No,
you know.
never any trouble.
No
round
trouble,
here.
though. No.
You say, you both lived here over 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only recently it's declined. I mean, for years, decades, it was a stable community.
Oh, great community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, never.
You wouldn't get an empty house round here.
No, you couldn't get an empty one. I was 21 years with my mother before I got my own flat next door. Yeah. 21 years. Joe and I used to sleep in the living room. The children had one room. It was only a 2-bedroom flat. There was 8 of us in it. But I wouldn't move out. I didn't want to go. So 21 years before I got my own place, wasn't I, Sarah?
Yep.
And then I got the flat right next door to my mother. There 4 years, and then we came over here then. Been over here 15 years this year. Over on this side, but we were originally from there. But Sarah's still on the same block, aren't you?
Oh, yes, yeah.
When would you say that sort of things started getting worse, declining?
I'd say about
The modernisation,
10, 15
I thought,
years
yeah.
ago.
Only since the modernisation.
Yeah.
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 That's all.
Everything was all right up to then.
Up to then, yeah.
We just got a bad element in. People who come from other areas, you know.
See, when they started modernising, some of them moved out to Breck Road and Kensington there. Well, their flats are empty, so they brought other people in, you see. Well, that's when it started to decline.
Yeah.
It was sad though, wasn't it, the way it went?
Yeah.
What have the council been like as landlords?
I've got no complaints,
No,
really.
I've got no complaints either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go private.
Oh, no way.
No. No.
Yeah.
Because if you shout enough, you get done. You get your things done, or you go to your counsellor.
And
Yeah.
they're absolutely marvellous now. You phone up today and
And
the
they're
men
there.
are there tomorrow.
Yeah. That Mr. Angus is very good, though. He's over the Long Lane now.
Is he?
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, yes, they're very good now. I can't say anything about
No,
them.
I can't say nothing about them
No.
And how do you feel now in the area because so many flats are boarded up?
either. Doesn't bother me.
No, not really.
Not really, no.
No.
It's sad.
Just that you miss
You
the
miss
old
the people.
faces.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a lot
it.
of new faces around here now. I mean, a house has only got to be empty. And if the men don't come and turn it
Just
up,
squatter in.
there's squatters in them. Well, where are they coming from? They're not from round here, half of them, are they?
That's the sad part about it. But looking out at the tins, you know, it is a bit sad because I often, you know, when I can't sleep overnight, such a body lived there, such a body lived there. It's like counting sheep, going along all the lanterns. But that's the only thing, is you miss the people.
Yeah. I mean, we're better off than most areas, really.
Oh, yeah. Considering there's so many empty flats, there's, I mean, say if we see anything going on, we get right onto the corporation. They're down, the men retin them again, and you know, that we've got no thing. If you go out as soon as you see anyone strange and let them know that you've seen them, they go away then. That's it.
You can walk round here of a night, there's not a soul around.
Well, I have one night out a month at the Legion, and it's about 2 o'clock when I get home. Well, my friend just stands at the bottom. I'm not a bit frightened coming up the stairs. It doesn't bother me one bit. I just walk up. I say, you can go now, Nelly. She's got to go round the corner.
There's
Yeah.
never so. Once it goes dark, there isn't. There's just when that Bronte's letting out. And there's a bit of a bad element in there, isn't there?
There's just a couple, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a shame, it's spoiling it. Well, there's not many kids around here now, is there?
No.
I think there's
That's why
there's
it's
8
so
in this
quiet,
block.
you see. So
That's
kids
all.
from outside coming.
And it's only children from outside that cause the damage. Well, you've got to go out and just let them.
Well, a lot of people have moved out, haven't they?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
There's 20 left out of 70. There's about 22 left on your 4 blocks there. Out of 75. 75 flats over there. There's 45 flats on here and there's 21 left. The block over there, there's 40 flats and there's only 9 or 10. There's one squatter over there, you see, and gets counted in more or less. But the Bullring, there's only about, I think there's about 60 odd over there out of 100 and something, I think it was. Well, it's 533s less. What's 533s? Anyone quick on that now?
165.
Yeah, there's only about 60 left over there, 60 or 70. Yeah.
But some of the houses were getting lived in are squatters.
Squatters, yeah.
So they don't count.
What about this business about, I mean, it was in the Echo and things about the area having a bad reputation.
Oh,
Was it?
Janine Watson, wasn't it? Janine Watson.
Well, it was a bad reputation, but not for the people who lived here. It was the outside element. And really, it's not bad round here.
Yeah. You could count on one hand the villains. You could. We knew them, and you know they didn't bother us, did they, Sarah?
No.
In fact, if they saw you come up the stairs with a full bag, they'd help you up the stairs.
Yeah.
They respected people round here, but what they done outside the area. But we used to have other people coming in, doing the damage, and the lads from round here were getting the blame.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
In fact, there's not a lot around here,
No.
is there?
No. Years ago, there used to be fights, and that, you know, they used to have a toss school. I think they used to, you know, the crap school. They used to have it by the Bullring there. And they'd come from everywhere, Kirby and everywhere
yes.
to play it.
And they'd get raided.
And then they'd get raided. Well, that, I think that's why
It's a
they
bad
got
name
bad
for the
name,
area,
see.
but it was nothing to do with us.
Maybe some people did get into trouble, but it didn't involve everybody, like, did it, Sarah?
No.
No.
So you'd say it was a good community?
Oh, I would definitely say that.
Well, I drove 5 up here and never had any trouble with them.
No.
Only Kevin going in the Bronte and not going to school, that's all. I had to get the probation officer onto them about it.
There was a woman on our landing, Eileen Graham, do you remember her? She brought 2 children up. And one got a big cap and gown
Gown, yeah.
at the university because this card come through the door to me. And I said, who's this? You know, it was this woman's daughter. And the son is in Saudi Arabia, electronics expert.
Well, look at Jerry Smith and all, he's in the big chemical place over the wall. He's got fantastic.
I mean,
job.
them 2 children were brought up.
Another one a teacher.
For me, and they had nothing. The father was in jail more often than he was out.
But didn't do trouble round here. What he'd only done outside the area, but
And
that was their business.
Them 2 children, they're marvellous now.
And how do you feel about the present situation and getting offers of moving out?
Well, marvellous. If we get what we've been offered.
But what about offers for other areas?
No way.
No.
No, that's what I say. We'd sooner live round here because we feel safe round here.
It's
These
just
other
a place.
areas, no way.
No.
No.
If they're not going to build, they can fix the flats up outside. The stairways will stay.
We'll stay.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see happen?
Well, we'd like to see them build on Russell Street like they promised us. I mean, we know we've got to go sometime or other, but that's what we want, Russell Street. They don't give us a Russell Street, well, they've just got a fight on their hands, haven't they?
Mm.
What are people round here doing?
Well, the majority is staying. See, what's happening now? The corporation are offering 1,500 now if you move out.
Go
Used to-
away.
yeah. Two of them's Abbott. You know. Yeah, 1,500. And it used to be 500 and 600. You say, well, that's what's gone to now. But they're crafty. What they're doing. Them that's got rent arrears, they don't get it, so they claim that. See, there's a method in their madness, what they're doing. But if you've got a clear rent book, you get £1,500.
Go away.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But,
Yeah, I got
I mean-
passed about 6 or 7 weeks ago.
it wouldn't encourage me if they have
No,
5,000.
I wouldn't care if they offered 2,000, 3,000.
No way.
I wouldn't move out of this
But I'm
area.
shocked at
No.
the...
Yeah.
I mean, when you think what we put up with in modernisation,
We got
£12,
yeah,
wasn't it?
25
Was it?
we got. But I think yous were done really over there.
Yeah, ours
They
was
paid more rent and all. 1.5 blocks paid more rent than everywhere.
£12 we paid.
And we were
It
only
cost
paying.
us more to hire the vans
Yeah. Move out.
to move us.
See, we
There and
decanted into
back.
the area. We didn't move out of the area, them that were staying. See, well, I didn't have to decant because this block got completed and I just moved over. I could have gone back, but I said, no, I might as well stay here now. But some of them decanted to the Bullring and the Bullring decanted over here while theirs got done. That's the way it was done. Well, that's what we want to do now. We want to, if they want these 3 blocks together before they start. So start out, well, decant us or start on Russell Street.
Oh, I couldn't go through that again,
No.
Florrie.
And put
Not decanting
them
again,
that
not
won't
at my
decant
age.
right into them houses. Get these 3 blocks down and then build. That's all we're asking. It's just simple the way we've explained to them. And as they build here, move us out of the Bullring then they can do what they like with the Bullring. Because they've been coming up, did I tell you about the chaps that were up at past 12 in the night? Oh yeah.
Mm.
4 weeks ago, on a Tuesday night, 2 fellas come. You know, as the Bullring goes like that, they're putting, this is at past 12 in the night, people are listening to them. They're putting their lifts there, the end, emergency stairs in the middle. But them 3 blocks there, you know where Mrs. Sleet and Mrs. Higgins, they're going to knock them down. Well, how can they knock them down when it's a listed building? So I went right over to the council when she was there. She got right onto the phone to George Knibb, and he didn't know nothing about it. He said, well, it can't be corporation because they don't work after 3 o'clock the afternoon. So I don't know who they are. So they must be private. But you should have seen the car they were in, I believe.
The private
Standing.
law's become law today, hasn't it? But
I
we
don't
haven't
know,
had
so.
no word yet, have we? Who we
Oh,
want to
we've got
stay
a
with.
vote, yeah. Oh, is it through?
It's,
Well, we're supposed to be getting notices through.
well,
for
it's
the-
become
yeah.
law today that anyone can bid for council property.
We're going to have a
I
fight on
was
our hands then.
thinking. I was thinking what I said. What people were doing around here, as in organising to try and get what they want.
Oh, well, we've got that little committee going on. We can't do nothing until the end of May now. You see, there's 2 sets of plans and the same which is feasible, he said. But I don't know whether they're trying to fob us off or not, but we're not going to be fobbed off because we've got that money in the bank and all, and it's gathering interest all
Well,
the time.
I think
We're gonna
they're
balance it, we have
definitely
to.
trying to fob us off
Yeah.
by wanting all the blocks together. Because where the hell are they going to rehouse all of us to come back to houses? Do you follow what I mean?
But I
They
don't
want
care if
us
we don't
all
come back onto
out.
this thing. If we get Russell Street, I'll be quite satisfied.
Exactly.
We've been out at the park because it doesn't get used, but that belongs to the inner cities. We've been after a bit of land down Gill Street there, where the wood place was. Get a few bungalows on there and give a couple of old people some pleasure in the night before they go. I'd
Right.
sooner see them housed first.
But I think if they got us all out, we wouldn't get back.
Oh no, you wouldn't.
No.
Wouldn't get back in there. Say we went out to temporary accommodation, we wouldn't get back again.
No.
No. Once we moved out to this area. So we told them we're not going over Brownawell and we're not going over London Road. We're not moving.
I mean, it was them who promised us it,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
They promised they'd do it. But we've got it all in writing. Got everything in writing, but they can change their minds so quick, can't they?
Definitely.
But we go to
No, I
court
think
if we
someone
have
wants to buy this property. That's why they want us all
Well,
out.
the university were after 25 years ago, Sarah.
They've got the money,
Yeah.
haven't they? They're buying everywhere
Yeah.
up.
But it's private landlords at the Bullring now because it's a listed building. It's a listed A now.
It's just I wanted to ask you, up here, looking at the area, ask you, Florrie, how you feel about the area.
In what way, like?
Why you want to stay?
Well, the reason why I want to say it's a nice... Well, it's central. The shops are handy, the hospital's handy. And I would say the people that are around here now, they're my friends and I want to stay with them. Old neighbours, just want to stay with them. So that's the reason why we want to stay. Because we've been here so long, peace. You just don't want to move out. You don't want to move out at all. Well, I don't anyway, and Sarah doesn't.
No,
There's
definitely
lots
not.
of others.
And apart from that, there's the school, Andy as well.
Yeah, the school, the shops, the hospitals,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Be like a fish out of water. We went anywhere else.
Yeah.
Sarah, how do you feel looking at the area and looking at having, a lot of the flats being boarded up, things like that?
It's very sad. Very sad because I don't think it should have happened.
No.
Because let's face it, there's piles of people looking for homes. Why should these all be boarded up like this? In other words, they just don't care. I mean, there's no need for it. These flats were still livable. No matter what they say. Look at the money they're losing in rents and everything else, and they're crying they've got no money. That's what I can't understand. It's very sad, really.
It's been a good place to live.
Oh, definitely. We've lived here for our lives up to now, anyway. I say they're all nice people. The rotten elements have gone, all the young ones, haven't they? They've all dived into all these new houses. Let them.
We want to stay together.
Yeah.
There's quite a few in the Bullring just feel the same way, Mrs. Slater and all,
Yeah.
and Mrs. Higgins. Yeah, quite a lot.
I mean, I thought I'd have run away,
Yeah.
being on my own there. It doesn't bother me.
How are you going to feel when they're knocked down?
Sad.
Oh, sad. If they ever do get knocked down, let's
Yeah,
put it that way.
Yeah.
I can't see it ever happening to myself. I don't
Maybe
know
not in
why.
our time, Sarah.
I can't see why.
I don't know why they're knocking them down, though, honestly. Because they're quite nice to live in. And, the private ones, your front door shut and all,
Yeah.
and that. It's, it's your own place. It's just like a house.
I mean, we've never lived in a new house, so
No.
what the hell?
We've never had a back door, and I'm frightened of a back door, put it that way.
True. Takes you all your time
Frightened,
to watch your front door.
I am frightened of a back door. That's what I'm afraid of.
Me too.
Yeah, I am, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, say, you can be in all night on your own. Doesn't bother you, does it, Sarah?
No.
Nothing bothers
No.
you. No. Nothing ever, nasty ever passes your mind about, about anything happening. You just feel that relaxed. Go to bed. And it doesn't bother me going to bed if nobody's in with me. Angela and Simon are out. Doesn't bother me one bit. I just go. That's it.
That's fine.